Hi, good morning, and welcome back to Create, Share, Inspire podcast. Well, hi, good morning to you too. The birds are chatty this morning. It's episode 333, and we're here live in Southwest Florida, not going to see the sunrise over the buildings and the trees to the east. We have an incredibly thick fog that's rolled in over the water, but this is the Gulf of Mexico behind me, even though you can't see much of it. If you're joining me live, please say hello and let me know what you're crafting this morning. I'm going to fix this a little bit so you can see more of the water. Good morning, Karen and Judy and Lisa and Grace, Beatrice. Thanks for joining live, everybody. Glad to see you here. Hi, Joe. The colors are still pretty this morning. You know, if my new colors of Be So Serene had been dry enough, they would have really popped against this neutral background to show them to you this morning. Hi, Lily and Lisa and Edna. Thanks for joining live. I did not dress for the weather. I thought it was going to be warmer, and I'm pretty chilly down here, but I think I'll survive. Oh, Mar likes my scarf. This is one of the Zen scarves. This is the knit version, and I'm going to teach you how to tie it into this fun knot this morning. I thought over the course of days or weeks or whatever, when the mood strikes me, I'm going to teach you a different knot every time I wear one of these long rectangular scarves. So we'll wait and see, wait for a few more people to join, and then I will show you how to tie this awesome scarf. I'm also wearing a tank top that I have added crochet sleeves to. This is called the Brook tank top, and you can find this on my website and YouTube channel as well. This is just like a $1 Walmart tank top, and I added sleeves to it. Yeah, it's, you know, this kind of tank top with the thicker one, and so you just crochet this half circle motif onto it. Super cute. And then I'm wearing the hooded vest that I have in my Amazon shop. I have the purple one on. I really like the purple, and I like tying it without zipping it. This is my favorite way to style this. And the scarf, so I'm going to show you how to tie this in this super cute way. So I'm going to take the whole thing off and actually show you which scarf it is too. So this is the Zen scarf, the knit version. This would work for the crochet one, the knit one, or any rectangular scarf that you want to wear, whether it's knit, crocheted, or store-bought, does not matter. Woven, anything. So what we're going to do is, what are we going to do? We're going to fold it in half with the half mark in the front, wrap it around your neck, and bring the opposite sides back to the front, like this. Okay, that's step one. Step two is to twist this, like that. Okay, so the twist on the top, so this would be the twist on the top, and this is the twist on the bottom. The twist on the top, you're going to take your strand and push it down through, and then the strand next to the one on the bottom, you're going to pull it up through, like that. So now you can tighten this up or loosen it up. There's a whole bunch of ways you could fluff this out. And depending on the size of your scarf or the texture of your scarf, you could actually make this knot pretty voluminous too. You could play around with this, you could play around with these. Do you want me to show it again? I think it sometimes helps to see something done more than once. And since this is live, you can't record it, or well, you can watch the recording later, but you can see you get that really cool texture from doing it that way. Isn't that beautiful? And I think the stripes really accentuate all the different multi-directions. It is easy to do, Joe. I'll show you again. I feel like Loch Ness could pop out of the water at any time. Okay, so we're going to fold the whole thing in half. Take that half point and put it in the front of your neck. Wrap them around the back to the opposite sides. Pull this down, twist it like that, and remember that you have one on top and one on bottom. The one on the bottom you're going to pull up through, and the one on the top you're going to pull down through. Like that. So you could leave it skinny like that, or you could fluff these out and add more volume. And depending on the texture of the project, the texture of the yarn, the texture of your stitches, you could have actually more or less volume with your finished look as well. The whole weather is weird here this morning. It just got brighter, but in a spooky way. Thank you, Sherry. It is beautiful and it's super easy. If anybody wants me to do it again, I will do it a third time, no problem. It's so easy. Grace won't remember how to do it. Oh, I'm sorry. Well, I should do some sort of a tutorial on it then. Maybe even with some illustrations, maybe that would help. Yeah, it's loose and cozy, exactly. I love the texture of it. Sherry's gonna try it this morning. Good for you. Okay, so when you do the twist, remember whichever one's, if it's on the one on the down, the one below, you come up through, and the one on top, you go down through. So you're gonna go, just do the opposite. Let's do that part at least one more time. I mean, doing the loop in the front of your neck is the easy part. That part's no big deal at all, right? I think everybody can remember to do that. The key to remember this is once you twist it, you have a piece on the bottom and you have a piece on the top. You want to do the opposite of what is presenting to you. The one on the bottom, you pull up through. The one on the top, you pull down through, right? So we'll do that part again. Repetition is the key to remembering stuff. Okay, so once you have this, you're gonna twist it one time. You have a piece on the top and you have a piece on the bottom. The one on the bottom, you're gonna come up through, and the one on the top, you're gonna go down through. And I'm sure if you did it opposite, it wouldn't look ugly either. So I don't think there's a wrong way to tie a cool knot. There's just, you know, the way they were intended. But the stripes really accentuate it, don't they? I mean, that is just so cute. Okay, so I think doing it a couple of times might help some people. And for those of you that are still not getting it, we could, if you want to let me know, I can, if you're interested, I can do a tutorial illustration sort of thing. But it looks absolutely fabulous when it's done. And I can show you how long it still is in the front. Just beautiful. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Yeah, so I figure we can keep doing this if everybody likes seeing the different ways to tie a scarf. We can keep doing this because there's different ways to do it with all kinds of scarves, all kinds of shawls, and especially when you're using really drapey yarns like Be So Fine and Be So Sporty yarn, you have so much flexibility with how many different ways you can wrap and tie things. So it's, it really gives you a lot of flexibility. Thanks, Lisa. Hi, Vera. Good morning. Thanks, Judy. Glad you like it. We have so many birds here this morning. Hi, buddy. We have a curious one right here, too. Here's our curious friend. He says, not me. I didn't want to talk to you. Here's the beach to the north of, or south of us. You can see even the buildings over there. You can't even see the tops of them. The visibility is really, really bad this morning. Here's the east where the sun should be coming up. Here's the beach to the north of us. You cannot even see this. You can't even see the coastline. Isn't that crazy? I mean, it's no more than a quarter-mile visibility. No more than that. Pretty cool though. It's fun that it's always different, that's for sure. Does anybody have any questions for me? Yes, it is very, very foggy this morning. It was foggy Sunday too. Good morning, Patsy. Thanks for joining live. Judy says it's foggy at her house too. I'll wait and see if anybody has any questions before I move on. And we can tie this one more time before the end of the podcast too. Oh, the little birds are taking a bath in the water. Can you see the little ones down there? When the wave comes up, they're shaking their wings. Oh, I hope you can see that. That is super cute. They're chasing the waves and trying to take a bath. Hi Melody, thanks for joining live. God, nature is so entertaining. Oh, Karen says it's foggy at her house too. That's weird. It's weird that it's foggy everywhere today. Wonder what that means. Good morning, Donna. Thanks for joining live. Lisa says it's foggy at her house too, and I know that nobody's even remotely close. Yeah, there's a boat out there this morning. Yep, looks like it's a pontoon. It's not as far away as it looks in the camera. I wonder what he's doing out there. It can't be safe to be out there. There's got to be some sort of small craft advisory out there, because you could easily run into other boats in this kind of weather. Seems pretty dangerous to me. All right, it does not seem like we have any more questions, so I will move on, and I wanted to share with you today's quote in my journal. Today's quote is from Benjamin Disraeli. The secret of success in life is for a man to be ready for his opportunity when it comes. This is so important. A friend of mine told me this many years ago. I remember him explaining, he had a couple of great quotes, and he was talking to me about the fact that it is not necessarily about being lucky. It's about being ready at any given time for opportunity when it comes. And that just means being prepared and being open-minded, right? You always have to be open-minded to wonderful things happening and not be the resistance that gets in the way of things coming your way. And just always being organized and prepared as possible for great things coming your way. So let's say an opportunity comes along and you weren't wishing for it or expecting it. You could be really scrambled when it gets there, but if you open your mind to wonderful things happening and expect them to happen, you may not even expect them, but just allow them to happen when they do, you're more prepared to accept the opportunity when it comes your way. And I remember him telling me that many years ago, so nice to see that this is where it comes from. The other quote that he gave me was about pricing your work, and this one has always made me laugh too. And he said, when a customer is asking for a quote, you give them 3 options. Do you want it good, fast, or cheap? Pick 2. And if you think about it, combine 2 of those 3 together, and every time you can realize how the price would be slightly different. It always made me chuckle, but it's also actually very true. Does anybody have any questions? Thank you, Patricia. These are crocheted sleeves on a plain old Walmart tank top, and it's a tutorial on my website and my YouTube channel. It's called the Brook, I think it's called the Brook tank top. Thanks, Ruth. Thank you, Lisa. I'll read it one more time for those that want to hear it after I gave my, take on it. It's from Benjamin Disraeli. The secret of success in life is for a man to be ready for his opportunity when it comes. Now, for me, reading that quote this morning, I think it would be really fun to make today's page about writing about the goals that I have of opportunities that I would love to see just arrive on my doorstep. And maybe that's a way of manifesting it, being aware of it, just putting the thought out there that you want great things to come to you. So I think today would be a great day to make that kind of a wish list. And always leaving room for a little bit of gratitude. Melody wants to know what kind of yarn I use for my sleeves. I actually use the same yarn for my sleeves as I did for this scarf. They're both done in Be So Fine yarn. This is colorway Raven, and by the way, today or tomorrow or one day this week, I am going to be launching Be So Sporty yarn in colorway Raven, the jet black, for the first time ever. And I know lots of people have been requesting that, so I'm super excited to be launching that. It'll be today, tomorrow, one day this week, but very excited about that. I also have a big contest to announce, but I'm waiting on the company involved to give me a couple of details. I need to know what their details are for the contest, like age, number of entries, location, that sort of thing. But I do have a very exciting contest that's going to be starting hopefully later today, if not tomorrow, where you're going to have the opportunity to win a really fabulous prize. And as soon as I know the details, I will share that in an email. So if you've signed up for my mailing list, you'll be first to know about that. That's where I will also announce when Be So Sporty yarn in colorway Raven is available. Well, excuse me. I guess they want to chat. Maybe not. Maybe they just want to be annoying. I don't really mean that. It's just funny. I think it's so funny. Okay, so what's my heaviest weight of yarn? I think worsted weight number 4 is my heaviest weight of yarn right now. Yeah, I guess they want breakfast. What else? Okay, so sign up for the mailing list if you haven't already, and then you'll be first to know when the contest is live. You'll be first to know when Be So Sporty is available in Raven, jet black colorway. So I was mentioning that this is Be So Fine in colorway Raven, and then for those of you interested, I'll tell you what colors this is too. So these are also Be So Fine colors. This is Passionate Plum, Aloha Blue, Calypso Lime, Tropical Hot Coral, and Crushed Berries. And I thought it gave a really tropical rainbow kind of color theme. Oh, there go some of the birds. Let's see, there'll be other announcements this week too, but those are the next 2 announcements that will be ready soon. So if you want to be first to know, please sign up for my mailing list. There is a link for it in the video description below, but if you go to my website, it's also the top banner on my website as well. Wait and see. I'm trying to read through which comments are for me. Hi Chris, thanks for joining. Yes, it is another exciting week ahead, Sherry. Oh yeah, because Serene will be out this week too. I don't know how long it will be till it dries though, so we've got at least 24 hours right now until it's dried, and so it needs to dry, then I can photograph it and make that announcement. Then the 2 newest patterns for Layers Knit and Layers Crochet will come out this week, and we should most likely get the 2 hat patterns from last week, get their videos out this week, and with any luck maybe get the 2 new patterns videos. Not likely though. Those will probably be the weekend or beginning of next week. Yeah, new patterns will come out every week until the book is until the book launches now, so that's really exciting. Does anybody have any questions about any of that? Thank you, Lisa. I'm so glad you love my yarns. Me too. Sherry finished her Leah capelet. Awesome. Did you add beads to yours? Yes, Judy, another busy week for me. Thank goodness. I think there's going to be 18 projects in each book, Patricia. As we get closer to the end, I'm going to have to start worrying about page count. So it'll depend on what I can fit into the book, but I'm shooting for 18 patterns right now. There might end up being bonus material in the ebook. I haven't decided. It'll just depend on the cost. When it comes to printed books, its cost is affected by number of pages. So there will be some decisions to make at the end. But until then, I'm just going to keep working forward on the ebook. Good morning, Donna. Thanks for joining live. Sherry's capelet is drying and blocking. Did not see if she put beads on or not. Lisa is adding beads. Sherry maybe added beads. Thank you, Edna. I'm so glad you love my yarns. Me too. Okay, so Serene got dyed this week. Sporty is available in Raven. Next up, I'll be dyeing Be So Lush and Be So Bold, which are my organic cotton and bamboo blended yarns. And just, you know, starting to get the wheels moving. No, not quite sure if I'm going to do variegated or semi-solids. Not sure where my mind is going for those two yarns right now. Oh good, Sherry did put beads on. Can't wait to see it. Can't wait to see it. I bet it's going to be beautiful. So not sure where the colors are going to go from there. And then next week I'll be dyeing Be So Sporty yarn, and don't really know what I'm doing for colors with that yet. Just gonna kind of get out of my own way, like I was saying, you know, just when I'm not sure about something, don't pressure myself to come up with an answer. Just put it on the back burner and work on something else, because when the mood strikes, I'll know exactly what I need to do for those colors, for the colors for any of those yarns. And then after that will be new bling yarn. But all of those yarns are in stock now, and there's beautiful colors in each one right now. Yeah, it'll come to me. Exactly. Yeah, Lisa, I can't wait to see Sherry's capelet too. I bet it's going to be pretty. I love the bling too, Lisa. I made a crochet shawl and Be So Fine bling this weekend, and it is so pretty. Can't wait to share it with you guys, and the shimmer of it is just unbelievable. I love the way the color, the light reflects on the silver thread in the yarn. It is so pretty. Can't wait to show you guys. It's going to be awesome. There are several projects in bling yarn in the Layers books. Thank you, Lisa. The birds are just lined up. So strange. Look at this. They start over there and they go all the way across. Yeah, Joe, you can look for, that's a good question actually, because Be So Lush yarn is exactly the same weight as Be So Fine yarn. So actually it's a very easy substitution. So if you're looking for patterns for Be So Lush yarn, you could look on my website by fingering yarn, which will show you patterns in Be So Fine and Be So Lush. But if you want to look for patterns specifically for Be So Lush, they are also, so on that free pattern directory page, you can look by yarn specifically, or you can look by yarn weight, or by type of craft, or by type of project. So she's asking about Be So Lush patterns. Now you could look by Be So Lush patterns, or you could look by fingering weight yarn patterns, which will include Be So Fine and Be So Lush, which are the exact same weight, and which makes it a really simple substitution. So any way you want to do it like that is a great idea. But if you look by both yarns, you'll have more selection, because Be So Fine yarn I've had a lot longer than Be So Lush, so therefore I have a lot more patterns available in that one. I hope that makes sense. So if you wanted to look specifically fine, but if you wanted to look for that weight, you have a lot more options that way. Good morning, Purple Perfection from Trinidad. What's the difference between Lush and Fine? They're different fiber contents. Be So Fine yarn is 100% bamboo, and Be So Lush yarn, as well as Be So Bold, are a blend of organic cotton and bamboo. So Be So Lush is the fingering weight version of that, and Be So Bold is the worsted weight version of that. And they are buttery soft, a little more matte than Be So Fine and Be So Sporty. The 100% bamboo has a lot more luster and shine to it. The bamboo and cotton blend is a little more matte and really, really buttery soft. Not that this isn't soft too, but it's just, it's soft in a different way. That you really feel the cotton come out, and you get that more matte, cozy feel to it. Matte meaning M-A-T-T-E, so less shiny than this one. Not that this is super shiny, but it has a luster to it, and the cotton yarn doesn't have a luster to it. It's more of a matte finish. Good question though. Great questions, everybody. Does anybody have any more questions? Wait one more minute and see if there's any more questions. Good morning, Nikki. Glad to have you here. I think I'll wait and see if there's any more questions, and then I'm going to follow up the end of the video with doing this beautiful knot tied scarf one more time. So for those of you who have been here since the beginning, this will be the third or fourth time I show it, so hopefully it'll start to sink in. And if you are watching the end of the podcast and you're seeing me do this demo for the first time, please feel welcome to go back and watch the beginning of the podcast so you can watch it a couple of times, and that's when you really start getting the information to sink in, when you've seen something a few times. So first I'm going to fold my scarf in half, and at that half point wrap it around my neck from the front to the back, cross them over so that the opposite ends come back to the front. Exactly, Lisa. The more times you see something, the more likely you are to absorb the information. Absolutely. Okay, so now we've got this loop in the center. We want to elongate it a little bit to twist it over just one time, so you have one piece on the top and one piece on the bottom. It's really important that you understand which one is on top and which one is on bottom, because whichever one is on top, you're going to do opposite the one on the bottom. So this one's on the bottom, so you want to pull the end up. Bottom pulls up, opposite. The one on top, you're going to pull down, opposite. Top, down, right? So bottom up, top down. And then you can zhuzh this, you can fluff these out depending on your stitch pattern, your craft, the weight of your yarn, and the width of your scarf or shawl. You can actually have a lot of different ways to fluff this out and make it look a little different still. Or you could just keep it rolled up, because I feel like when it was rolled up you could still see the definition. But look at when I zhuzh it up a little bit, how you can really start seeing that beautiful woven texture of the two-part knot. Isn't that beautiful? Yeah, so if you want to watch that again, go back to the beginning of the podcast, because I showed it a couple of times then too. And if anybody feels like they need a flat tutorial, like an illustration, let me know, and we can add that to my website to go along with a video. But we're almost out of time, so let's now take this last minute, listen to the birds, listen to the sounds of the waves, soak in the colors of the day, and set our intentions for today. Yes, you too. You too. And you. You too. Thanks so much, everybody, for taking time out of your busy day to spend a few minutes here with me. I hope you enjoyed not so much the sunshine or the sunrise, but the spooky, foggy day, the colors, the sounds of the waves, our chatty, friendly birds chatting with me and everyone else here. If you enjoy my podcast, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel to be first to know when I have new videos loaded. Click the bell notification if you want to be notified every time I go live. And make sure to follow the links in the video description below to find me in other social media, to find out where my yarns are available, my books, or anything else you may need. If you have any other questions, please always feel welcome to leave them for me in the comments. I reply to all of the recorded comments throughout the day as well. Let us make time to create, share, and inspire today and every day. I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye-bye.